start of hurricane season rapidly approaching, it was time to start making my way back to the US, and little did I know what was in store ahead of me. But first of all, I had to figure out where I was starting from.
So I've just calculated my position from my noon site, and my local noon was at 13:12, which is 17:12 GMT. That gives me 78 degrees, plus my declination correction at 51 minutes west gives me 78 degrees 51 minutes west. My latitude, the altitude was angle was 85.43 minus the index correction, the height of eye correction, the semi-diameter correction, and gives me 85.50. So that gives me a variance of 4 degrees and 10 minutes. Add the declination correction, 2030, that gives me 24.53. Sorry, where have I gone wrong here? Oh, no, my declination of 20, correction, 24.30, 24, May 23rd, 20 degrees 43. So that gives me my position of 24 degrees 53 north, 78.51 west, versus the GPS at 1 o'clock was 25.48 north, 78.20 west. So I can only conclude from that there is a problem with the GPS, because I am about 60 miles further south and 30 miles further east. So I think I should be in Florida.
Morning, 6:30 on the 24th, and just getting ready to go. Oh, ouch, a bit rainy through the night. But I was sleeping in the cockpit and had to get up, go downstairs. So now I'm about to pick up anchor, which is going to be fun because I've got 100 feet plus of it out there. So fair bit of hard work this morning. Soaked to the skin. Really, every time I thought, it's easing off, it would then just increase again in intensity. And yeah, I mean, it lasts about half an hour, maybe less, 15 minutes of the really heavy stuff. I'm through this one. I think there's maybe another one to go. Another bigger squall hit us. Seems to just hopefully passing. So that's my anchor position. I've swung 180 degrees around. So far it's holding. Yeah. I dived on the anchor and it was set, but it wasn't the greatest set. I put out extra chain and was worried that it'd be fine so long as we didn't swing all the way around. There was nothing in the forecast for it swinging round. It was yeah, these squalls are nerve-wracking things. Right, you can hear it going again. Wind's picking up. Good morning. So the sun's shining now, but that was without doubt the most stressful night I've had on the boat. So just as sunset arrived, kind of a couple of squalls came through. I was prepared for that, expecting it, and monitored the anchor. Everything looked fine, but then the squalls transformed into just a relentless pounding of 20 to 30 knot winds roaring in from the east, basically most of the night until about 4 o'clock in the morning. So I was on anchor watch the whole night, and fortunately the anchor held. You know, I'm super happy about that. I need to go and check to see how much chafing has been done to the anchor bridle. None of the forecasts had anything in this. I looked at all the forecasts before I selected this anchorage. All of them had winds coming out of the west, maybe a little bit south. Yeah, it turns out that they were just totally wrong. Anyway, there you go. That's I guess you've got to be prepared for the forecast to be wrong all the time. I would have thought 30 years in my business would have taught me that. Unfortunately, the sunshine didn't last long, and it was soon back raining cats and dogs. I really hope I'm not in for another sleepless night. Just at the winds swung round, was from the west, southwest. Now it's basically from the southeast, a little bit east of southeast. I'm hoping that it's just another squall that's going to go through, but it seems odd that it's exactly the same time of the evening as yesterday. The other boat that was in the anchorage, that's already moved. I guess they'd have put up with another night as well. After another night of storms, the morning finally arrived, calm and clear, along with a couple of inquisitive barracuda. So one job I'm doing while I'm here on anchor is I'm brushing away the growth on the bottom of the boat. You know, I don't know if it'll make any difference, but it might give me a little bit of extra speed as I back across the Gulf Stream to get back to Florida. Anyway, that's what I'm doing, so better get on with it. Well, after almost a month, almost exactly a month, I'm back in Blue Water Marina in Bimini. Now I've come in this morning and I'm in the slip, tied up, electricity's on, so I am just doing my checkout process. So ironically, I spoke to the ladies at the desk and asked them when I arrived and you know, did all the paperwork, asked them what the process for checking out is of the Bahamas, and they said you just leave. It's not what it says online. Online it says you got to do the click to clear process, and so this is what I've done. So printed out my form C28A, and now I'll take this up to the customs and then go to the immigration. Right enough, they were not interested in my checkout piece of paper. I went to all that trouble to print, but anyway, I've signed it, and I also went to the immigration, dropped my immigration form off with that guy. He was equally ambivalent about accepting it, but he took it. So yeah, that's it. Now I've got to pay up tomorrow morning. I've got to put up with this awful music for the rest of the afternoon. That is Bimini behind me. I am currently on a heading of 260 degrees, which has given me a course over ground of about 280, I think 275. I'll end up north of Miami, and then I'll come down past it again. Sometime early hours of the morning, probably, maybe daylight-ish. That's about it. So this is the passage back to the US. I've had a great month in Florida, in Bahamas.
It's a bit rocky.
Put this away for a year now. Whoops. At least maybe till the end of the year. It's 7 o'clock, just coming up to, and you won't be able to see it, but far off in the distance you can, or I can just make out some tower blocks on the Florida coast. So that'll be Miami, I don't know where that is. It's kind of north Miami. So it's pitch dark, you won't be able to see me apart from on the occasional flash of lightning. There's one there. I'm right in amongst a bunch of thunderstorms up the Florida coast, and then out behind me, around a little bit south of me, that are coming through. I don't think it'll come out, but that is Miami Beach, I think. Maybe a little bit north of Miami. You've got to be able to see the lights of Miami. Well, that was one of the longest nights I've been on the boat. Ouch. Yeah, just so much going on. So tired, no chance to rest at all. With the squalls and serious lightning as the sun went down. The peak of the current in the Gulf Stream pushing me, you know, for hours, basically making virtually no headway till I crept round. The prop getting fouled because of the sargassum, which meant I couldn't increase the revs, so that didn't help. That's probably why I was battling so much against the current. Then lots of traffic, trying to maintain headway without getting into the traffic, and without going too far into the wind. Trying to use the sails as best I can to compensate for the lack of engine power. Kind of working my way south. I had to do the check-in online, which, you know, that worked really well. Yeah, just all sorts going on. That is Miami behind me. Should have taken this earlier, but I wasn't concentrating properly. I apologise if the camera's shaking. My hands are shaking. You missed the drama. So I was sailing along the Hawk Channel, about 2 miles to go to where I turn off onto Angelfish Key or Channel, and then get into the back behind Bay of Biscayne, where I'm protected from the wind and waves. I was just about to turn a little bit, bearing off the wind. Been gusting up to kind of 20, so I reefed the sails, and in anticipation of the turn where I knew, okay, now I'm going to be beam on, I need to reef some more. I was just in the process of doing that when, out of nowhere, no clouds, nothing, well, no different clouds, it's cloudy today, but no squall or anything, bam, 40 knot winds hit us straight on. And so I filled the sails, full on the motor, on the throttle, but I wasn't making any way at all. I tried to kind of bearing off a little bit and then coming back up, but no, I was just getting pushed further and further into the shallows. So I ran up, dropped the anchor, laid out all my chain, put the anchor snubber on, and sat there, and it held, thank goodness. And after about 45 minutes, it started dying down again, so I picked the anchor up, which was a huge battle, and got underway again. Now the winds are 13 knots in my face. Yeah, so my hands are going like this. That was pretty scary stuff. Pretty scary stuff. Nothing else I could have done. You know, there was absolutely nothing else I could have done. That was, you know, putting the anchor on. I was lucky I was somewhere where it was 12 foot of water. Probably good holding, sandy when I brought the anchor up. Yeah, just what I need after, you know, in my 33rd hour of being awake or whatever it is. I'm looking forward to getting some sleep, actually. So I am entering into Angelfish Channel. Okay, it's just coming up 5 to 7 and I'm anchored just by the back of this quay here. Theoretically the winds were supposed to be coming from that direction, which is why I'm here. There's virtually no wind. Maybe there's the odd puff coming from over this side, but you know, I guess if squalls come through, the winds are going to be from any direction anyway, so not a lot I can do about that. I've got 50 feet of chain out in 8 feet of water. It looks like it's a muddy bottom, seemed to hold pretty good. So I'll set the alarms and hopefully I won't sleep through them if they go off. I am shattered. Alright, so I just got to do my logs and then make some dinner and then go straight to bed, I think. Good night.